Friday, 4th of September, and that was a bit of a surprise, but I'm no longer working. Apparently, I took too long to rub some doors yesterday. Wow. Maybe I don't cut corners. But we didn't have air for the first couple of hours, and they weren't completely stripped, so they did take a bit longer than normal. Plus, they had glue all over them from the windshields. But anyway, that's okay. That means I get some time off, which is really cool because I've got that Holden to do, and I wouldn't mind doing a bit of work on this white one. So, yay, got time off. Friday night, and I've been sulking all day. Well, not really sulking, just trying to rack my brains. Like, you're going to fumble a bit when you start at a new place of employment until you work out where things go and how their systems work, and where people are, and so you can all move around together and achieve the goal of getting the work out. But I thought I was doing okay, and I guess I did take a little bit long with those doors, but I didn't know where the tools were. They weren't completely stripped. They needed repair, and they needed priming up, which should have already been done, and used a UV light to heat them instead of infrareds and heat lamps, which would have been a lot easier. I didn't even actually paint anything. I didn't even get any colour in a gun to paint anything. I just didn't feel like I was really given a fair go, but that's their decision, and I'm okay with it because it means there's things I want to do here, like sort my room out. I still haven't done that, and I just need to chill and relax. And Ruby's got an interview with the teacher, which I was struggling to be able to do because of having to work. So now I can go to the interview with no worries, and she also has Tuesday off, so I'll be able to spend that time with her. And school holidays are coming up, and I'd kind of really like to be around for that, so she's not at home all day. So I'm not going to rush out and try and find anything. I have put my name and number out at a couple of places, and if they ring up in the next few weeks, they ring up in the next few weeks. Otherwise, I've got things to do, and I might think about doing something different. But I did spend today looking at ways to get home. Ruby's registered with homeschooling, and we really need to get back to Australia before the end of November to be able to get an exemption to be able to get into Western Australia, because even if I book the tickets, there's no guarantee that I'll be allowed in the country, and if I don't have an exemption prior to getting back into WA, they'll just send me back to wherever I came from at my expense, the pair of us. So I don't have a house there, I don't have a job there. The only thing we've got that we can use is that Ruby needs to have an assessment for her homeschooling for the end of the year, because she's largely been homeschooled all year. So it would be nice to get home before the end of the year, but in saying that, we have to go through the eastern seaboard. There's no direct flights to Perth until at least quite at the end of February, end of March, beginning of April, and there's no guarantee. Like, I've been really chatting to lots of people today, making lots of phone calls, all different states, all different levels of government, all different people and places, and this, if we don't get home now, we're not going home for at least another 12 months or more, so we were told that we could apply for an exemption for quarantining in New South Wales, in Sydney, because we can only go home through Sydney. Well, we can go home, like, say, to Brisbane and quarantine there, but then we have to go, there's no direct flights from Brisbane to Perth, so we have to go Brisbane, Sydney, Perth. Let's go through Sydney anyway. And Melbourne's just, out of bounds right now. And even New South Wales is a hotspot, and it may mean I might not get an exemption because I'm coming from New South Wales into WA. So I've rung up twice over the day to clarify because I can't find the information on the internet about this exemption via in Sydney. So the health department in New South Wales are telling me to go for the exemption through the air and maritime people, and I've looked on their website and it only says if you're transiting internationally, because you would be staying in the international airport. So I still haven't bought tickets home, and we still may have to wait to go to next year. But today it kind of took my mind off not having a job and not really knowing what to do with my days and how to afford to live for the next little while. Anyway, I have things to do this weekend and something will turn up, I'm sure.